All right, welcome back. Hope you can hear me okay. So what we got is 2008 Jeep Wrangler with the very common oil leak problem. And I'll show you I've already cleaned a lot of it up. I apologize, I'll go get a flashlight in a minute, but basically I had oil all the way down coming out of the intake. Actually, you can still see some right there. Hang on. Alright, so what we have today, 2008 Jeep Wrangler. Sorry for the dog barking over there. Jeep Wrangler that has an oil leak. And if you've owned a Jeep Wrangler JK with 3.8, you know about the oil leak. It covers your oil pan, goes all the way back on your transmission, it's going down the front of the engine, it's all over the place. So I had read online, started ruling out some of the possibilities that, they talk about porosity issue with the timing chain cover and oil pan gasket. So I went ahead and did the oil pan gasket because it was easy, quick and easy, and came to the conclusion that it's not the oil pan, because obviously I'm still leaking oil, and the oil ends up all over the gasket, and you think, man, maybe the gasket's still, and you just rule that out. It's not the problem. So how I ended up stumbling on this is I bought a can of Seafoam. I bought the Jeep used, 109,000 miles. It's got 112 now, and I said, I'm just going to go ahead and run some Seafoam in here, Seafoam, clear it out. And when I did, if you've ever done Seafoam, you're supposed to keep it at throttle. I think I had it about 2,000, 2,500 RPMs. When I got done, after running it like that for, 3-4 minutes, I had probably about a 4-inch diameter puddle of oil under the Jeep. And I got under to look where it was coming from, and it is coming from the crank pulley, or harmonic balance, or whatever you want to call it. So I'm sorry, I got poor lighting. I'm trying to kind of do this with my cell phone, but you can see all the oil you can on that axle right there, all inside there. And there's oil everywhere, and it's coming from right here. So I'm certain that's my problem, and that's what I'm doing here today. So I ordered the seal, got the seal in. We're going to go ahead and replace it. So pulled the belt off already. If you've never seen how to do the belt, I went ahead and put the adapter in here. Stick your ratchet on there and push it down. It'll push this tensioner pulley down. It'll take tension off the belt. You can pop the belt off. There should be a diagram somewhere. I don't see it, but there should be a diagram telling you how to put the belt back on if you don't know. So that's in there just to show you. So take that out. Then I stuck an impact on that bolt to take it out of the pulley right there. It's already backed most of the way out, but I'm going to go ahead and back it the rest of the way out. So let me set this up real quick. And I'll try to get some close-ups once I get further along. I got that taken apart, go down and under. But for now, I'm just going to try to film. I'm just going to let this roll, I think. Unless it gets in the way or I have problems. And that's going to be the problem, is it's going to get in the way. I'm probably going to bump it off and lose some video. Oh well. Exactly what I'm worried about. There it goes. So pulling it the rest of the way out, and I don't know if you can see all that. I got some advice that said, make sure you look, make sure that pulley's good. There's a lot of, I don't know what that is, kind of like plastic, crumbled plastic. I don't know what that is. Checking the threads here. Threads don't look bad on that. So, now the fun part. So I've rented this puller. Alright, so here's the tool that Advance has. So I'm going to try to... my phone went out. Trying to do this. I need to buy a light. But it's the only flashlight I have right now. Well, I have other flashlights, but nothing I can prop up in here, so. I honestly don't think I'm going to be able to fit this tool in there. I told the guys that Advance that, I said, you know, I think I'm going to need the other kind that's got the thinner, arm. This isn't going to work. It's just not. There's no way this is going to fit. So I can get two of them in, but can't get a third one. I don't know if you can see that or not. Damn it. But basically, you got the two of them in there. That one won't fit. And even if you can get it in there, well, it's going to make a fool of me. Look at that. Made a fool of me. Made a liar. Okay, so I'll put the wrong part in first. I didn't do the push rod. It said push rod and I thought that was this. So I digress. I thought it said to get, it did, I thought it said get, yeah, it said to get a piece that would bottom out in the center of the hole. And the tool. You see that looks like it might be a hair too long. The other one might be too short, so I don't know how I'm going to do that. If you can see that push rod ends right there. So you couldn't thread anything into it. So, let me look at this again. I guess the other one's going to have to wear. There's only two of them, so hopefully that works. Oh yeah, I think it will.
Hey.
Hey. That was my lovely assistant, in case you didn't gather that. Okay. I'll diagram this a little bit when I get done so you know what I did. Yeah, I'm learning as I go, so like I said, I apologize for not giving you a better description up front, but I'm trying to figure out how to use this, so didn't have that knowledge up front. I still don't think I'm doing it right. Okay, I could have used the long push rod if you look now. So, alright, you're learning with me. If you look, this is almost bottomed out. This piece right here fits over the push rod. And so as the push rod slides up into it, it's gonna push it out. Foam died again. I'll redo that in just a second. Let me back this back out again. So the longer push rod was fine, even though it was sticking out the end of the tool. It was fine because I just need this one piece of the tool here fits over that push rod, so it would have been perfectly fine. And like I said, I'll do some lessons learned when I get done here. Kind of show you what I wish I had known when I started this. Pull this push rod out. Alright, so the push rod fits in there. This is going to slide over it and grab the threads, so it would have been perfectly fine. Like I said, I need to shed some light on this here. Alright, so making sure I'm in the hole up there into the crank. Push rod is inside this piece here, which has a 3/8 drive on the back of it. So it's eventually going to bottom out up inside here somewhere and start pushing the tool out, at which point I'm going to have to make sure that it's seated good, make sure all these arms are in good on the pulley. Alright, and that's it. So I got the bottom arm pulled up tight. These by gravity should be down good. And technically the diagram with the tool tells you to use crescent wrenches. No, it doesn't. It tells you to use a ratchet and a crescent wrench to hold the tool. So let me grab a crescent wrench over here. Take this is a loose thing. Not what I want to do. So it tells you to okay, so you see how it started to turn right there. That's what I need the crescent for. So I'm probably going to be in the way pretty bad here. I apologize. Long old breaker bar on here. Actually, probably not the best thing because it doesn't give me much of a spin on it. I do believe it's sliding off really easy actually. And there we have it. You can see all the oil. You see all the oil. You can also see where this tool's supposed to kind of lock in there. I'm assuming I had it nice and seated. Nevertheless, I don't care because I'm done for that, with that anyway. I'm gonna figure out how to get the tool off of here. Alright. So, if you can see that, man, I'm making a mess of my phone. Hang on just a second, get a rag. Or should I say an old pair of socks? So, sorry for the bumpy ride, but look at all that old nasty oil right there. Look at that. I don't know if you can see what I'm pointing to there. All that right there. I mean, that's where all your oil is coming from. I don't know if you can really see how discolored all of this is, covered in oil. So, the trick's going to be getting in there to pop that seal out. They say just use a screwdriver to pop it out. Take the push rod out. Stick it back over here in the kit. I apologize again. Apologize too many times, I know, but this is going to be a horrible video. You're not going to be able to see anything. But there is just oil caked all over everything. So I'm going to degrease this real quick. And Not easy. Dang. Son of a biscuit eater. Alright, so we got it out there. I don't know if you can see that. You cannot. That's the old seal. I probably tore that right there. I can't see. Got a tear right there. Anyway, can't see that too close, but pretty nasty. Pretty nasty. Covered in oil. Shouldn't be. So obviously we're on the right track. And this is one of those things, as a non-mechanic, I don't really know. Technically, I would think I shouldn't get degreaser up in here, but I really don't have a choice because I want to get this cleaned out good. So that degreaser isn't gonna break all of the oil down, so I gotta spray some in there, just try to make sure that that's good and clean. Alright, I'll go grab the new one. I got it out. Alright, new one. Probably Chinese junk. Maybe not. 801. Maybe it's a local number. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a review on this after a year or two and let you know how it's holding up. Since it's such a problem with these engines. Okay. Nice and clean. Man, that lighting sucks. I'm gonna figure out how to do this. Bear with me. Anyway, that's the new one. Nice and clean. That's the outside. That's how it was in there, like that right there, with that on the inside. So, I'm an engineer. Look at these hands. I have to work tomorrow. People will be like, what the heck you been doing, man? It actually goes in really easy. Surprised. Nice and tight. Don't get me wrong. Nice and tight, but I didn't expect it to go in that easy. I'm just going to go around and tap that. Sure, it's all the way up inside there, and it is. Now I gotta read how to put that back on. I'm gonna pick up this mess I made over here. My wife's gonna love me. Making a mess. So I'm just cleaning this, by the way. I'm sorry, doing it off camera. All I'm doing is cleaning this up. Covered in old oil. Caked on oil. You know how bad this thing's gonna squeak probably when I get this back on here. One of the questions I had early on was whether or not this went on a certain way or not. You know, like if the shaft was keyed or something, but it's not. Which I find a little odd, but oh, it is what it is. Confucius once say. I'm going to tap that on first. Maybe not. Maybe I'll go ahead and stick the bolt in, which is what I was thinking about anyway. There's a bolt. This is probably risky. I know a lot of people probably say, don't do that. What if it goes on crooked? That's why I'm going to be careful. It won't even grab, so that's not an option. Alright, good old hammer. When all else fails, get out a hammer. So If all else fails. All I want to do is get it to the point that I can start the bolt. Oh yeah, that got it pretty good on there. So hopefully I don't have to end up having to replace the crankshaft. Adapter. Alright, so I have a dilemma. I can still see that daylight, so I know it's not on there all the way. If you look down the side, I can see a gap. I don't know, maybe it is supposed to be like that. One of the ways to know is to see if my belt's off, you know, right? Because it's not going to line with that pulley. But I don't know that it would be visibly off. So let's just see what happens. I was afraid of that. I'm going to have to find a pulley diagram. So don't take a chance or anything stupid. Just pull up pulley diagram. And there you have it, by the way. Pretty simple. And I'll be back.